T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Rips the helmet off Rudolph's head and then eventually swings it and hits him in the head.
1, 2, 3, where you not hardcore? Let you live hardcore. And the letter of the rich was way hardcore. Yeah! Now we're right.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Hardcore Challenge Live, the official web podcast of the Hardcore Challenge. And if you didn't know, it is the pinnacle of fantasy football competition. Fuck, just read the damn ticker. It says it right down there. Tickers do not lie, ladies and gentlemen. Tickers do not lie. I'm just telling you. You've lived and breathed through ESPN tickers your entire sports life. Why would this ticker lie to you? It's the pinnacle of fantasy football competition. 2 weeks left in the regular season as we are heading into season 14's postseason very, very soon. Last 3 games of every season, they're your divisional rivals. Straight up. You start in the division, you end in the division. It's the way it should be. It is the format of the Hardcore Challenge. It's the way we play. The pinnacle of fantasy football competition. Let's get into it. It's been 2 weeks since we've had a show. Hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving. We skipped last week because it was Thanksgiving Eve and there was just too damn much going on. Everybody's got their own shit going on. So we skipped fantasy week last week. But if you're showing up, you know on fantasy football night it's a double banger. So we got 10 p.m. Eastern. We got Hardcore Challenge Live, and then at 10:45 Eastern, we got the Raider Reaction Silver and Black All Raider League that we will break down in our second fantasy football show of the night. But this is the first one. This is the big league, the Hardcore Challenge. 32 owners, 2 conferences, 8 divisions, only 1 champion. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a lot to talk about. It's been 2 weeks. A lot has been shaken up in the Hardcore Challenge over those 2 weeks. Let's get right into it. And you know where we like to start. We like to start at the top. Week 13's. Excuse me. What? Week 12. Going into week 13. I knew that didn't sound right. Week 12's Big Ball.
There's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yo, check out Homeboy.
Big ballers of the week. Both are over in the NFC this week as the NFC just put up a whole hell of a lot more points than anybody in the AFC did. Our 2-time defending champ, Corey Pack Attack, is back. Absolutely put the boots to Craven this week. Wasn't even close. 225 to 136. That is an 89-point ass whipping if you want to do the math there. That was a straight up beat down. That's not a good one. Cravens dropped 4 straight, man. He looked like he was going to possibly give this division a run this season. And no, this second run through the division has not been started out kind to him thus far, as that one hurt, and that one hurt a lot, and that hurt his playoff chances big time. Probably knocked him out. Well, we'll get into that a little more later. Our biggest baller of the week, hold on. Well, I was shocked as I went through and see who the biggest baller of the entire week is. It's Travis. Holy shit. Travis, what happened? Holy shit. Travis breaks the losing skid at 2-10 now. And he's the biggest baller of the whole damn week as he put the boots to Donkey Punch this week. Congratulations. Way to go, Travis. Big win. So, we go to the top, and then you know where we got to go next. We got to go to the bottom. Low ballers of the week. We talked about Craven and his Emperors. 136. Sorry, I forgot to throw up Buckerator's score on there. They were actually 134, the lowest baller of the entire week. Sorry, I forgot to put your score up there, Reggie. I didn't want to shame you. Apparently, subconsciously, I didn't want to shame you, but you are the lowest baller of the week across the league. Sorry to bring that to your attention. Let's take a spin now, shall we? Around the rest of the league and see where the hell we are at currently in this crazy ass league that we call the Hardcore Challenge. Let's start in the Great White North as we got to start talking playoffs here. Bad Company, Daco's Tuesday in the Great White North of the AFC. Both of these guys are typically 3 and 4 in this division, and they're sitting at 1 and 2. That means one of these guys is most likely going into the postseason this year as a division champ. And Jake from State Farm is looking solid. He's got 3 straight wins. He went on a little bit of a skid there, but now he's rattled off 3 straight, and he's right back in this, sitting in first place. Daco's Tuesdays, he could have held on to it, but he dropped one, slid one off the pace, and now they're sitting tied for first. Knox Vegas Anarchy, 2 games back with 2 games left. I mean, technically they've got kind of a chance, but not really. Answer to the master. Tom made a bunch of trades, trying to keep hope alive, but he lost 3 straight, and his season is all but over. In the Elite East, one of our newest owners, new owner this year, one of our senior owners, Roger, with Emmett Who. He's won 2 straight. He's crawled back in it. Bison Broncos dropped 2 straight, and they have now separated 2 games because of that. And Emmett Who is looking like he's, with 2 games left, he's heading in. But 2 games back, and this is worth a mention right here, ladies and gentlemen. This one's worth a mention. This guy was sitting at 0-7. He was our last owner to grab a win, and now Ryan and the Stone Ponies have rattled off 5 straight. He's pulled within 2 games of the division lead. If he can win these last 2 games, taking down Emmett Who in the process in those 2 games, because they will be divisional, it's possible. It's possible. He could force a tie, and it could come down to tiebreakers, and it could get interesting. He's got to win out. Emmett Who has to lose both games. One of them is against Stone Ponies. So, it's going to be interesting. That division's going to come down to the wire. It's going to be tight. Let's jump over in the NFC, see how they're doing in those same 2 divisions. In the Great White North, we got 2 of the top teams in the league right now. Just win, baby. Frickin' frackin' football time. Both sitting at 2-2. This is notable right here, as Carol is on a 7-game winning streak. She has come for this division crown, and she is coming hard right now, going hard to the fucking hoop for this division right now. Just win, baby. 2 straight. Lucky number 11, Skull Crushers, season's all but over. This is going to come down to these two right here in this division, and they face off next week. So if they both win this week, we got a huge showdown for the division in the final week coming up next week. That's possibly on the horizon. Over in the Elite East, which has been the most powerful division in our league over the past 3 years, the last 3 league champions have come out of this division. The back-to-back league champion has now won 5 straight. He's sitting atop the division again. Corey is looking like a powerhouse again, and 5 straight wins, sitting at 9-3. Just knocked off Craven this week, who's lost 4 straight. He was sitting at 6-2 atop this division, and he's lost 4 straight, slid all the way out. Take It Deep, who was sitting there tied with Pack Attack, is back, has now lost 2 straight. That's our 2019 league champ. He's kind of slid down as well, but he's still sitting in the wild card spot. And Knoxville Assassins has crawled up, won 4 straight. I mean, look at all the points that Brad has scored in a lot of losing efforts. But now those points are starting to garnish wins, and he has crawled his way right back into the wild card conversation over in the NFC. And that's going to be a very interesting finish in the NFC. As basically, if you are 7-5 or 6-6, you are still in the wild card race over in the NFC. Is a lot tighter in the AFC, as basically your wild cards are held by a 9-3 and an 8-4 team. So if you're not within 2 games of 8-4, you're all but done in the AFC. Unless you're still in the division hunt, which there are a couple divisions who they're very low records. That Wild West is one of them, as King Salami has found themselves tied for the lead, coming off a win at 6-6, as Under the Influence has just continued to slide the last 3 weeks. Matt, he was in the Power 5, he was looking like he was returning to the postseason, and has lost 3 straight now, sitting at 6-6, tied for the lead, and Bleeding Green with 2 straight wins has crawled back in this as well. Hell, Stinky Pinky at 4-7-1, he's not even out of it. Everybody in this division still has a chance to grasp this division crown, depending on how the rest of this division finishes. The Wild West is a hot mess, and it is anybody's for the taking right now. It's like that ugly chick that's still waiting at the bar at 2 in the morning. Anybody's for the taking. Anybody's for the taking. Who's just going to walk up and take her home? Dirty South of the AFC. Fumble those TDs. Still sitting up at the top, 10-2, but all pro Afro Joe, 9-3, 4 straight wins. He is sitting right on his heels, and these two face off this week. Spoiler alert, that just may be the game of the week. Fumble those TDs and all pro Afro are going to be going head to head for the lead, basically, in the dirty South of the AFC this week. Buckerator 2002, Reggie, the lowest baller of them all this week, took a bad L, man. That one hurt because he's still technically in the playoff race right now at 7-4-1. The last wild card spot is being held by the 8-4 Daco's Tuesday, so he needs to win. And Reggie's got me this week. I want to play spoiler bad. I lost by 4 points to All Pro Afro. I just cannot win, man. I just lose the matchups every damn week. I put up points and I still can't win. I mean, Josh Jacobs had an epic fucking performance for me, and I'm still going to lose. I'm still going to lose. 5 straight. I'm 2-10. This fucking season can basically fucking blow me. I'm over it. The Wild West of the NFC. This is another division. It's anybody's race. Donkey Punch takes an L. Black Hole grabs a win, and they are sitting at 6-6 at a deadlock at the top of the Wild West. This division is still anybody's for the taking. Actually, Cheesehead at 4-8, who's only 2 games off the lead. Hell, if they can rattle off two wins to finish this out, and these other teams lose both their final games, it's still anybody's match over there in the Wild West. And Renegade Outlaws, I mean, we got to give Travis, the big baller of the week, we got to give him another applause. I mean, at 2-10, we got to pump him up somehow. Maybe that'll be what gets him turned around in the, well, fuck, who knows? We don't know what's going to help Travis, but at least he was a big baller of the week. Bucknuts, who had control of this division, man, going down this stretch. All he had to do was win, and it was his. Takes a tough L in the first game of the second round of division play as Willie and his Bandits, who's won 3 straight, has crawled back up from 3-6 to 6-6. The big win over Bucknuts this week puts them 1 game off the lead. I've got a Chubb. They're getting it together. Him and his offensive coordinator, the only co-owned team in the league. They've got it together. They're 1 game off the pace. And then there's the greatest show on paper, which I guess the greatest show on toilet paper. 11 straight losses. They're straight in tank mode. Their season's done. Richard's just waiting for our next Madden League because he obviously can't hang in fantasy football. So, and that's sitting in the cellar of the whole league, Richard. What the fuck's going on over there? What in the hell is going on over there, Richard? I just don't quite know. Don't quite know. Just something's up. Something's up. They'll spin around the league. We did update our Power 5. Let's take a look at what we're looking at right now. Freaking fracking football time. Carol, 7 straight wins. She is the number 1 team on the power rankings right now. She's sitting at 10-2. She's got points scored above everybody else. Just win, baby. Fumble those TDs. Sitting right behind her at 2-3. Pack Attack is back. The 2-time defending champ has crawled back onto the Power 5 at 9-3, sitting at number 4. And All-Pro Afro sitting at 9-3, sitting at number 5. It is anybody's game at the top of a lot of these divisions still. Anybody's game. That is for damn sure. And now, let's touch on that big matchup that's the game of the week this week for week 13.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
It's time
Is this not why you are here?
for the Hardcore Challenge Game of the Week.
Hardcore Challenge Game of the Week. There cannot be another one. You've got the 10-2, fumble those TDs, El Pirata, Ryan, one of my other hosts over here at Raider Reaction with me, facing off against All-Pro Afro, Joe, 9-3. This is a matchup right here. And as you see, it is projected to be very, very close. And actually, All-Pro Afro right now is projected to take this, although there's some moves got to be made by Fumble Your TDs over there. He's got a guy that's been moved to injured reserve. He's got Aaron Donald that's out. So he's got some roster moves to make. He's got some roster moves to make over there. So the projections are a little off and a little skewed because of that. You got Mahomes going against Josh Allen, 2 of the elite quarterbacks in the league facing off. You got McCaffrey and Eckler against Cook and Sanders, solid running backs. I mean, there's a reason these guys have done so well. They've got solid rosters. They're solid on both sides of the ball. 9-3 against 10-2, 2 of the highest scoring teams in the league. I mean, this is just a huge damn matchup right here. This is a huge matchup. This could force a 10-3 tie if Joe takes down Ryan in this matchup. Or Ryan does all but secure the AFC West Dirty South crown with a win in this final game. This is a big one, and I'm picking All-Pro Afro. I think Joe has the team this week to take down El Pirata. El Pirata's a little banged up. He's got some injuries. McCaffrey's questionable. Aaron Donald's out. He lost a wide receiver. And Joe, I just lost to Joe. Joe's team is clicking on all cylinders. He's on a winning streak. I think he's gotten hot at the right time. It's a guy who's been in the AFC champion over the past couple years. He's been in the dance. He's been around the top. And I think Joe is putting it together for another run here at the end. And I'm picking All-Pro Afro in this week's Game of the Week. I think he's peaking at the right time. Man, there's a lot of divisions who it is literally anybody's game, man. Literally anybody's game. Both of the Wild Wests, both of the Elite Easts, the Great White North in both divisions are still up in the air. Really, every division crown is not decided yet. There's not one division that is clinched by anybody. And you've got a lot of teams in the NFC that are still in the wild card race. A lot more teams than there are in the AFC. A lot more teams have died off in the AFC, unfortunately, than the NFC. I'm one of them. It's getting dicey, man. These last division games, these last 2 division games are going to be crazy. And next week, depending on what happens, we could be talking about some crazy scenarios in this final game of our regular season. This is what makes it the pinnacle of fantasy football competition, man. Everybody is gaming to the end. Everybody's trying to play spoilers. Everybody's trying to fuck up everybody else's route. It's the pinnacle of fantasy football competition for a reason. Man, good luck to everybody. If you are still in the hunt, congratulations. With 2 weeks left, if you are still in the hunt in our league, that is a feat in itself. It is not easy to grab wins in the hardcore challenge. And if you're still in it, congratulations and good luck going down the stretch. Man, remember our rules. Remember to keep a legal bench roster. Remember to just finish out strong, man. Just finish out strong. Put your rosters together. Even if you're out, play spoiler, because it's coming down to some teams winning or losing as to whether they make it. And nobody gets a fucking free walk. Nobody gets a free fucking W in this league. So make sure you're setting your rosters. Make sure you're making it difficult for these guys who are trying to make the postseason. Do your job as your owner. And we'll start looking forward to next season. I'm looking forward to next season. But I want to take a couple guys down with me on the way. Sorry, Reggie. I want to take you down this week and knock you completely out. That's just part of the fun. So, good luck to everybody else. Week 13 is here, and the playoffs are just around the corner. It is playoff push time in Season 14 of the Hardcore Challenge. Are you ready for the challenge in Week 13? Good luck. Game on.